Hello and welcome to Speak Up. I'm your host, Ryan, and I want to extend a warm welcome to our returning friends as well as those joining us for the first time. Today we're exploring an issue that many of you have asked about: why native speakers sometimes struggle to understand non-native accents. It's a challenge many face, and we understand how it can feel when your message isn't heard as clearly as you intend. In this session, we'll share insights and practical tips designed to improve English fluency and enhance your daily English conversation. We're here to help transform those accent challenges into confident, clear speech. Stay tuned, as we're about to reveal strategies that might just change the way you speak English forever.
Hi everyone, I'm Priya, and I'm delighted to join you on Speak Up today. Alongside Ryan, I'm here to help you navigate the complex world of accent clarity. We know that every accent has its unique charm, but sometimes the differences in pronunciation can lead to misunderstandings. In today's episode, you can expect a blend of practical advice and inspirational stories that empower you to speak English confidently. We'll dive deep into how refining your accent can significantly boost your communication skills, especially during daily English conversations. So sit back and get ready to learn some transformative tips that will not only improve your fluency, but also help you connect better with native speakers.
First, let's understand the realities behind accent misunderstandings. One of the main reasons native speakers might struggle with non-native accents is due to differences in pronunciation and the natural rhythm of speech. You see, every language has its unique sound patterns and cadences. When these patterns don't match what native speakers are used to, it can sometimes lead to misinterpretation. This isn't about being right or wrong. It's simply the way our brains process familiar sounds. It's fascinating how small variations can create such big gaps in understanding.
Absolutely, Ryan. Another key factor is the way our mouths and vocal cords adjust to the sounds of our native language. Non-native speakers often carry over the rhythm and intonation from their first language, which might not always align with how native English is spoken. This natural transfer sometimes results in pronunciation that feels a bit off to native ears. Have you ever felt misunderstood, even when you know exactly what you want to say? That feeling really shows how deep these differences can run, touching both our confidence and communication.
That's a great point, Priya. It's important to note that these challenges aren't a reflection of someone's intelligence or language skills. They're simply a natural part of learning a new language. Even highly educated speakers can find it tricky to shift entirely into a different speech pattern. Our brains are wired to favor what's familiar, so when we try to adopt a new accent, it sometimes creates an unintended barrier. It's all part of the learning curve, and recognizing this can help us approach our language practice with a bit more patience and self-compassion.
Exactly, Ryan. Understanding these nuances is the first step towards improvement. When we acknowledge that our pronunciation, speech rhythm, and intonation play a huge role in how our message is received, we can start working on them intentionally. This isn't about losing our identity, it's about enhancing our ability to connect with others through clear communication. So if you've ever felt frustrated because your words didn't come across as you intended, remember that these challenges are common and can be overcome with practice and mindful adjustments.
Now let's consider another perspective on this. Sometimes, when your message isn't understood as you intend, it feels like a piece of your heart is left behind. There's a real emotional cost to being misinterpreted, where every misunderstood word can make you question your own expression. It's not just a language issue, it's personal, and it can really shake your confidence.
Absolutely, Ryan. It's like each conversation becomes a reminder of those moments when you felt isolated despite your best efforts. This experience isn't simply about grammar or vocabulary, it's about how you connect with others on a deeper level. When you feel that disconnect, it can be incredibly disheartening, yet it also opens up space for personal growth and self-reflection.
What we need to remember is that these moments, however painful, offer us a chance to learn more about our own voice. They're not failures, but signals that there's room for us to improve and evolve. By embracing the struggle and acknowledging how it affects us emotionally, we can start turning these challenges into opportunities to refine our skills and build a more confident self.
Exactly, Ryan. Every experience of being misunderstood is a stepping stone toward better communication. Instead of letting the frustration get the best of us, we can use it to fuel our determination to express ourselves more clearly. This journey is as much about understanding our emotions as it is about mastering the language. And every hurdle we overcome makes us stronger in both ways.
Now let's talk about the real difference clear pronunciation can make. When your words are shaped correctly, your ideas travel more directly from your mind to the listener's ear. It's not about having a perfect accent. It's about ensuring every word is heard the way you intend. Clear pronunciation is the bridge that connects you with your audience, making your communication smooth and effective.
That's right, Ryan. I believe clear pronunciation is like tuning a musical instrument. It brings harmony to your speech. When you focus on training your accent, you're essentially fine-tuning your voice. This way, the rhythm and flow of your speech match the natural patterns of the language, reducing confusion and making your conversations feel more natural.
Let's get into some practical tips. One simple way to improve your pronunciation is to practice with short phrases and sentences that emphasize stress and intonation. Recording yourself and listening back can be very revealing. It helps you identify which sounds or words might be causing issues. This self-feedback loop is a powerful tool in accent training.
Another tip is to use audio resources or apps that focus on native speakers. By listening closely and then mimicking, you can start to notice the subtle differences in how words are formed. For instance, try repeating tongue twisters or shadowing a short dialogue from a movie. These exercises not only build your ear for the language, but also improve your muscle memory for speaking it clearly.
The best part is that you don't have to make giant leaps all at once. Small, consistent improvements can lead to big changes over time. Regular practice, even if it's just a few minutes a day, can reshape your pronunciation. Over time, these tiny adjustments add up, helping you sound more confident and making your speech more understandable.
Exactly, Ryan. It's about embracing the journey and celebrating every little victory along the way. When you commit to regular practice, you start to see how even the smallest changes make a difference in how others perceive you. With clear pronunciation and focused accent training, you build not only better communication skills, but also a greater sense of self-assurance. Every step forward is progress in making your speech as clear and confident as you want it to be.
Let's talk about building a strong language foundation, a crucial step in making your speech clear and confident. When you understand concepts like those in English Grammar Made Easy, you're not just learning rules, you're gaining the tools to express your ideas precisely. This kind of strong grammar support helps structure your thoughts in a way that makes communication more effective.
Exactly, Ryan. And it doesn't stop with grammar. Expanding your vocabulary is just as important. Using resources like an English vocabulary builder or tips on how to expand your English vocabulary can really empower you. When you have a broader range of words at your disposal, it becomes easier to find the right word at the right time, making your speech both richer and clearer.
Now imagine if you could remove the extra step of mentally translating everything from your native language into English. That's where the concept of how to think in English comes in. By training yourself to think directly in English, you eliminate the pause that often comes from translation, allowing you to speak more naturally and confidently.
That's a real game changer, Ryan. When you start thinking in English, you create a smoother connection between your ideas and the words you choose. This method not only speeds up your response time in conversation, but also boosts your overall fluency, making interactions feel more spontaneous and less rehearsed.
Together, mastering grammar, enriching your vocabulary, and shifting your thought process are the pillars of a robust language foundation. These practices aren't just academic exercises. They validate your commitment to continuous learning and self-improvement. Every effort you make in these areas is a step toward clearer, more effective communication.
Absolutely, Ryan. Our journey in learning English is all about consistent practice and dedication. When you invest in understanding grammar, expanding your vocabulary, and learning to think in English, you're building a framework that supports every conversation. It's an ongoing process that not only enhances your skills, but also builds the confidence needed to express yourself clearly and authentically.
We've talked about the challenges and the emotional side of language learning. And now let's talk about effective techniques for accent improvement. One powerful method is the shadowing technique for fluency. In this method, you listen carefully to a native speaker and try to mimic their speech, their rhythm, intonation, and pace. This way, you're not only training your ear to the natural flow of English, but also giving your mouth a chance to practice forming words just as a native speaker would.
Exactly, Ryan. Shadowing turns passive listening into an active exercise. When you repeat what you hear, you start to feel the subtle nuances of how sentences flow. It's a simple, practical tool that you can easily incorporate into your daily routine, whether you're on your morning commute or taking a break. This technique really sets the stage for transforming your accent over time.
Now, let's build on that by discussing English listening practice. Engaging regularly with authentic content, like podcasts, movies, or even shows where you learn English with stories, helps you internalize native-like rhythms. As you listen, you begin to notice the natural rise and fall of intonation and the pacing of speech, which are essential for sounding fluent.
Right, Ryan. This kind of focused listening practice exposes you to everyday language as it's truly spoken. By tuning into real-life conversations and stories, you're not just picking up vocabulary, you're understanding how emotion and context shape pronunciation. This makes it easier for you to mimic those patterns in your own speech, allowing your accent to evolve more naturally.
Finally, let's talk about putting these techniques into practice with some achievable steps. Start small. Pick a short segment from your favorite podcast or a brief dialogue from a movie and practice shadowing it until it feels natural. Consistency is key here. Even a few minutes of focused practice every day can lead to noticeable improvements in your pronunciation over time.
Absolutely, Ryan. Every small step counts. By making a habit of shadowing and dedicated listening practice, you empower yourself to make gradual but impactful changes. These techniques are designed to be simple and accessible, so you can easily fit them into your daily life. With regular practice, you'll notice that your speech not only sounds clearer, but also becomes more confident and engaging. Remember, it's all about consistent effort and celebrating those small victories along your journey to a more fluent accent.
We've talked about sharpening our accent and pronunciation, and now let's see how these improvements transform our everyday interactions. When your accent is clear, every conversation becomes more fluid, and your ideas reach others without any barriers. Imagine chatting with friends or colleagues where your words flow naturally, making every exchange more meaningful and engaging.
Absolutely, Ryan. In real-life situations, being understood clearly isn't just about words, it's about connection. When you speak with clarity, you invite trust and warmth into your conversations. This isn't just an academic exercise. It's a way to express your true self and build stronger bonds with people around you.
Now, shifting gears a bit, let's look at professional settings. Whether you're preparing for a big meeting or an important job interview, having a refined accent and clear pronunciation can set you apart. Using the right business English vocabulary shows that you're well prepared and articulate, making a lasting impression in any professional scenario.
That's so true, Ryan. When you're clear and confident in your speech, it really boosts your credibility, especially in high-stakes environments like job interviews. Employers notice when you express yourself well, and that can be the difference between an opportunity and a missed chance. Clear communication in the workplace is a powerful tool for success.
In the end, mastering these skills is truly a journey. Every time you improve your pronunciation or learn a new business term, you're taking a step toward greater self-confidence. It's not about being perfect. It's about growing and continuously refining your abilities so that your voice is heard and respected in every setting.
Exactly, Ryan. Remember, each effort you put into clear communication brings you closer to your goals, both personally and professionally. Your journey toward confident, articulate speech is a testament to your commitment to self-improvement. Celebrate every small victory along the way, because with each step, you're building not just better communication skills, but also a stronger, more confident you.
Finally, let's talk about resources for continuous improvement and self-empowerment. When it comes to mastering English, having trusted tools at your side is essential. Think about using platforms like the best apps to learn English and exploring free English learning resources. These tools are designed to guide you every step of the way, making your learning journey both effective and enjoyable.
Absolutely, Ryan. These resources are like your personal growth partners. Whether you're using interactive apps or browsing through curated online materials, you're equipping yourself with the right support system. They help transform your study sessions into dynamic experiences, setting the stage for not only improved language skills, but also increased self-confidence.
Let's take a moment to talk about making daily practice a natural part of your routine. Incorporating techniques like English listening exercises into your everyday life can truly make a difference. And why not mix it up with some fun? For example, you could learn English with movies talk Netflix. It's an enjoyable way to absorb native speech patterns and natural dialogue without feeling like you're stuck in a study grind.
Exactly, Ryan. Consistency is key. By dedicating just a few minutes each day to these exercises, you're gradually building your fluency and reinforcing everything you learn. It's amazing how regular, everyday efforts can lead to significant progress over time, empowering you to communicate with clarity and confidence.
As we wrap up today's episode, remember that these resources are more than just tools. They're partners in your journey toward personal and professional growth. Embrace these practices, integrate them into your daily life, and watch your skills transform, making every conversation clearer and more impactful.
Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey. We hope today's tips inspire you to explore these resources and continue growing both personally and professionally. Until next time, keep practicing, keep evolving, and keep speaking up. This is Priya, signing off alongside Ryan. Take care, and we look forward to connecting with you in our next episode.